Watch. John McEnroe yells at fan, tells him to stay away after repeated privacy intrusion in public at airport after Australian Open. John McEnroe recently lost his temper following an obsessive fan's constant invasion of his personal space. The American was on commentating duty for the recently concluded Australian Open 2026. He was on his way back home when he was accosted by an irksome fan at the Melbourne airport. McEnroe was infamous for his temper tantrums back in the day, but he has certainly mellowed out with age. However, that facet of his personality was coaxed out of him by a fan who refused to take a hint. Upon his arrival at the airport, the former tennis pro was approached by a fan asking for an autograph and a photo the minute he stepped out of the car. McEnroe was in a hurry and wasn't in a mood to indulge the fan. However, the fan kept on following him. McEnroe, as well as the security, repeatedly told the fan to stay away, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. The fan even tried to get a selfie with the tennis legend in the background. McEnroe eventually managed to escape the fan and concluded the ordeal by dropping a F-bomb in response to the fan's incessant pestering. Here's the clip of McEnroe being bothered by the fan. McEnroe witnessed Carlos Alcaraz's historic victory at the Australian Open. The latter became the youngest man to complete the career Grand Slam at just 22 years of age. He also attained another milestone, joining McEnroe as one of the few players to win 7 major titles in singles. John McEnroe's tally of 7 major titles in singles in the Open era seemed quite impressive once upon a time. He was on even footing with Mats Wilander, and the duo only trailed Jimmy Connors, Ivan Lendl and Andre Agassi, who had 8 titles. Bjorn Borg raced ahead with 11 titles, and Pete Sampras blew past that record with his 14 titles, which seemed like a high benchmark to clear. However, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic surpassed the Americans' tally with ease, with the Serb leading the pack with 24 major titles. It felt like the dominance of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic was once in a lifetime happenstance. Djokovic hasn't even hung up his racket yet, and now there's another player who could potentially exceed the achievements of the sport's most decorated trio. Carlos Alcaraz's victory at the Australian Open 2026 marked his 7th major title, putting him on par with McEnroe and Wilander. It took the latter two their entire careers to reach this mark, while the young Spaniard has accomplished the feat within 5 years of his major debut. He's on track to rewrite history at his current trajectory. Quick links.